give you guys a little bit introduction of what we do in Jordan during this time of the year. What do we do during the harvest season? Now, when I say Jordan, I never mean this one, right? I think when I say Jordan, a lot of people thought it's this one. No, it's not. Do anyone know where Jordan is? No, not you. Do anyone know what Jordan is? Yes? Now, a little geographic lesson. Jordan is a small country in the Middle East. We're located here. Now, as you can see, we're bordered by Turkey and Syria in the north, Saudi Arabia in the south, and Taiwan is over here. So you can see the long distance that it took me to come here. Now, when we talk about Jordan, there are some famous people from Jordan. We don't have a lot of famous people, but one is really famous in Taiwan, and I think most people know her. How many people know her? How many people know who she is? No one? Oh, okay, I'm a bit sad. Now, I think those who watch his YouTube videos, her name is Leila. And she's also half Jordanian. She's half Jordanian, half Taiwanese, one of my close friends. Now, I put this video just because I want to show off a bit, because I like to show off that I have a YouTube video. Now, I want to ask everyone here, what is this tree? Do anyone here know what this tree is? Oh, I'm going to ask someone now. Just take a guess. I mean, in Chinese it's okay too, I can understand Chinese. 3, 2, 1. Take a guess. Any guess? What kind of a tree do you think it might be? Okay, I'm gonna say, this is an olive tree. Now, can anyone tell me what olive is in Chinese? Olive. Yes, olive in Chinese is ganlan. Now, in Jordan, because we're located in the Middle East, we have this season that we call Mawsim Zaytun, which literally means the olive harvesting season. Now, this season goes from November 1st all the way until December. Now, during this month, we do some activities with each other. Now, I'm going to show you guys a few of it. But before that, how many people know who this is? I think everyone knows, right? You shut up. How many Christian people do we have here? 1, 2. 有几个基督教人？基督教人都没有。好尴尬。Okay, now this is a portrait of Jesus, and because Jordan is located in the Middle East, and we're like on the east of Jerusalem, next to Israel, we have a lot of olive trees, which, as you can see, Jesus is sitting behind, because olive tree is a symbol to safe and peace, which is literally what Jerusalem means. So in case you're Christian, you will understand more about what I'm saying right now. Now, this is how an olive tree farm looks in Jordan. Now, during the olive harvesting season now, imagine all the olives have to come down from those trees. Now, how do we do it? Usually it looks something like this. During this season, a lot of people from the countryside, they go together with their family to the olive farms in order to collect olives down. Like you can see here, this is a picture of my relatives back in Jordan. Yeah, they go to an olive farm and they start gathering olives together. So we can, after we collect it, it will be something like this. They will form it together like we have a big pile bags of olives. So we can process it later for something else. I will show you guys later. Now, next. Now, in the morning after we finish the olives, it's a tradition that we will have breakfast under the olive trees. Like, while we are still in the farm, we will have breakfast and have food over there. Now, I want you guys to take a guess. What do people usually eat in the Middle East? Now, maybe you've seen it in the movies. How many people have traveled to Europe before? Or to Turkey? 有人去过土耳其吗？还有吗？还有吗？还有吗？这样我站在上面很尴尬。啊，骗我一下也可以啊。好。Now, the thing is, what we eat is, here's an example of what usually Jordanian people eat for breakfast. Now, over there, I want to say that there are a lot of main components in every Jordanian dish. Now, first of all is what we call hummus. Hummus is a paste made of chickpeas. I think chickpeas is a bit hard to understand, so I'm gonna say this. 有几个人吃过土蕨？土蕨三餐的。好，都没有。好，也没有。好，if you have been to the Turkish restaurant in our university, they sell like small peas, like the one in the soup and stuff. We use it in Jordan to make a paste out of it, and we eat it with bread. Now, bread in Arabic is called khubz. Can you try to say it? Khubz. Khubz. Yeah, I just want to see you guys try. So. Now, the similarity between, I think, the similarity between the Taiwanese food and the Jordanian food is that all of our food, we eat it with bread. Like 90% of our food, we eat it with bread. In Taiwan, I think we all use rice, noodles, stuff like that, right? We don't eat a lot of bread in Taiwan except for breakfast. But in Jordan, it's like a main dish. Now, other stuff that we have here, like if you have a chance to go to the Middle East, maybe to Turkey, to Greece, to Israel, you will probably see a lot of these food, especially hummus, which is right here. Also falafel, who is over here. If anyone here is interested in Middle Eastern food, you will probably find this near Konkan. Okay, now that we said we collected a lot of olives from our festival. Now, what do we do with it? Now here you can see, after you gather all those olives, we make it into olive oil, kanayo, which in Jordanian food, we use it a lot as a small side dish. Because our olive oil is fresh, so it has a lot of great taste, so we can use it for our breakfast. We just dip it in the bread and eat it, just as simple as that. Now, about the harvesting in Jordan is that if anyone ever wanted to see the olive harvesting season, not only in Jordan, but anywhere in the world, the best time is between October and December. But the thing is, in Jordan, we leave it to the winter to produce a better oil. It's like a tradition we have in Jordan. Now, that's my small presentation for today, and I hope everyone liked it. So I'll give the mic back to Ben. Thank you very much.
Thank you for detailed introduction to Jordan's harvest season. And next, should I introduce you as a Spanish? Oh, okay. Yeah. Of course not. Okay, so. Okay, and next, sorry for my bad pronunciation, Jesus will introduce us to a different festival. Okay, let's welcome.
I need to know what I'm saying.
Let's welcome him.
Okay. Well, actually, like in Spain, we don't have many festivals related to the harvest, so it's actually kind of a little bit complicated to do. But I will try my best. Okay. Okay. When you think of Spain, most of you will think first of architecture, maybe like this one, or food, like that one, or soccer, amazing, or maybe everything related to bulls. In Spain, we have quite much culture related to bull. Okay. Yeah, but actually, most of those things in Spain actually are quite much regional. In Spain, we don't have something. It's actually nationwide mostly. It's a quite divided country depending on the area. Yeah, so for example in Spain we have these sentences, cada uno es de su padre y de su madre, means everybody belongs to his father and his mother. But actually it can be applied to many different situations, and one of the situations you can apply it is actually to everybody belong to a different place. Actually when you go to Spain, it is extremely weird. Someone will answer you they are Spanish when you ask, but they will ask mostly their hometown or their region, more than telling they are Spanish. It is in between other reasons because Spain actually has a quite much, doesn't have a national feeling. People, we don't feel Spanish mostly, okay? Like, for example, Catalan people feel Catalan, or Madrid people feel from Madrid, etc. Okay? So, well, then it causes situations like in Spain we have a lot of maps like this for basically everything you can imagine. This is for food, for example. Every area produces a different thing and they feel proud of it and they feel different of it, and we focus on those things to make the differences in between the different areas of the country. For example, the wine is mostly in the north, or the south has cotton and has ham, etc. Okay, so it's pretty different the areas of the country. Okay, so for example, some festival related to the harvest in Spain is, for example, La Vendimia. It's like after the wine, like people like to make kind of celebrations and press the wine themselves, etc. It's a quite traditional festival that mostly happens in north Spain, never in the south, for example. I'm from south Spain, so I never celebrate this in my whole life. Okay, so I mean, like this is very common in this area. I mean, like people who like wine, they will know Rioja wine. It's from this area. Okay, so this is pretty much like one of the traditions we have related to the harvest, but it's not very popular outside Spain. Another one is actually like the cedar. The cedar is the apple. Like you press the apple and you make a kind of juice, but then you make it, you fermentate it to make it become alcoholic, and then you get cider. The cider celebration is also in North Spain, and it's very popular because the way they serve it, they really serve it like this, and it's really difficult. I have tried, and mostly you will always fall down. Yeah. Okay, but the most famous festival we have in Spain related to the harvest from far is related to this one. Okay, to the tomatoes. Actually, if you know something about Spain, you will know mostly what it is about already. So the most famous one is called La Tomatina de Buñol. It's a festival that happens in a very little town near Valencia, in the east side of Spain. Like Valencia is the third biggest city in the country, but this city is super tiny, doesn't reach even 10,000 people. Okay. So, well, La Tomatina is a let me check. Well, La Tomatina is or the festival of the tomato. It takes place every year. Well, not this year, obviously, because Spain is quite in a bad situation right now. And actually, it is every Wednesday, and it is not in this period of the year. It is also actually in August, because in Spain, actually, we don't have harvest in autumn. In Spain, the harvest usually is in summer, in the start of the summer, or in winter. We don't make harvest in this period of the year at all. So maybe because in Spain, actually the summer is extremely hot, so it's very hard something can grow up all the summer. Okay, so and it only lasts 1 hour. It only lasts 1 hour. It's a very short festival that usually takes from 11 to 12 in the morning of that Wednesday. This celebration is actually not very old. This celebration is, like I said previously, it's a local festivity in that little town. And actually, it started in 1945. And there is two theories of why it started. The first theory is like two grocery men. They actually start to fight each other in the middle of the town, and they go super pissed off, and they start to throw the tomatoes to each other, and then everybody next year people repeat it. Nobody knows why. The second theory actually is like that year there is a surplus of tomatoes. I mean, like there is actually a lot of tomatoes that year, way too many, and then the people, the farmers doesn't know what to do with tomatoes. And then they thought, okay, so if we sell all of them, the prices will be too down and we will lose money. If we throw them away, it will be a waste. So, okay, so what can we do? We can use them for something else. And well, we're talking about Spain. What you're gonna do? A party, of course. Yeah, so we finish from here. We finished to there. Okay. Well, in CIFERS, for example, in 2019, the celebration was around 22,000 people participating in the celebration. Even the little town is only 9,000. It was used 160 tons of tomatoes. That is actually quite much. And they used six big trucks to deliver the tomato and the amno. So actually, that was pretty much. Okay. I don't know what to tell much, so I'm gonna let a video for you to see a little bit about it. Basically, it's like people getting crazy for 1 hour and just throwing tomatoes to each other. So if you had some problem with someone, for sure you're gonna throw them a lot of tomatoes. It's a kind of revenge. Many people do it actually.
Okay, thanks, Jesus for introduce this wonderful festival that's throwing tomatoes to each other. Okay, and so finally, I would like to introduce you guys one of the most familiar countries is lots of Indonesians in NTUC, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's welcome Clara.
You can call me Lala, and I'm currently a junior student at and I'm learning commercial design, 上色. Yeah, okay. So, as you know, does anyone have Indonesian friend here? Okay. do anyone know some Indonesian?
I know.
Okay, I know you. 你们有没有印尼朋友？有吗？有吗？哦，有同学吗？哦 ，okay. Yeah, there are a lot of Indonesians, so I think you can make friends with some Indonesian people. We're really nice. Yeah. Okay. So today I'm gonna share to you about the season and climate in Indonesia, and then I'm gonna share to you 2 festivals. Okay. So does actually Indonesia have a fall and winter season? The answer is no. So Indonesia is a tropical country. So for me, this weather is like really, really cold. I've been wearing like lots of clothes inside. And we only have dry and wet season, so the dry season is during June to September, and the rainy season is during December to March. So now in Indonesia, it started to like rain a lot. And the harvest season is actually from February to July. Yeah, so it's really, really different from here. So actually when I was doing this presentation, I was like, what can I share? Because it's so different. Yeah. Okay, so this festival is called Sekaten Festival. It's celebrated during the 5th to 12th day of Maulud month. So the Japanese people, they have their own calendar. It's like Chinese calendar, but these are Japanese people. And if we translate it into our calendar, it's from the 21st to 29th of October this year. So it's kind of fall season, I think. Yeah. So what do people actually celebrate? So Indonesia is one of the biggest Islam country. It's not actually an Islam country, but there are a lot of people. They have Islam as their religion. So they celebrate the birthday of Prophet Muhammad, and they use this festival as an effort to broadcast Islam. Yeah. So how do people celebrate? So this is a musical instrument. It's called gamelan. Yeah. So in Surakarta and Yogyakarta is a city in the middle of Java, and they still have a king. So we actually have a president, but in this place they have a king, and they still kind of like they still have a king. And the kraton is the palace. So the palace they have two sets of gamelan. The first one is called this one, Nogo Wilogo, and the second one is called Guntur Madu. Okay. So this two set will be brought to the mosque. Mosque is the temple for Islamic people, and they will be played for 7 days, like non-stop. So people will like keep playing for 7 days. Yeah. And on the last night, this will brought back to the palace. Yeah. And another way to celebrate this festival is called Mumplak Wajib. So this will be held on the 10th day at 4 p.m. and they will use this thing. It's called lumpang. So they will pound rice. Okay. And they will play songs while doing that. Like they will sing folk songs. And then they will make a thing called gunungan. Okay, I'll explain it. Okay, so the third thing they will do is called Gerbek Maulud. I think like these words are like so weird for you guys. Okay, so they will hold Gerbek Maulud. So a gunungan is this thing. So it's like really, really big. Maybe like this big. Yeah. And a lot of people will carry it. So this consists of food. So this is like sticky rice. And they will put like a lot of vegetables or Indonesian dishes. And then it's kind of like sacred. So people will wish to have these and take them back to their home and plant it in their field. And they will hope that their field will have a great harvest. Yeah. Okay, so these hands are like people trying to take, and they will actually kind of like fight, not really fight, but yeah, they will like chop for these. And it's like really loud, really crowded. And in Indonesia, it's called gerebek. Gerebek means crowded, means loud. Yeah. So the festival, the ceremony is called Gerbek Maulud. Yeah. Okay. So the next one is called Pasola Festival. Can anyone guess like what kind of festival this would be? Seeing from this. 有人要猜吗？他们会做什么？手礼。那是什么意思？打猎。Yeah. Kind of. Okay. Yeah. So they will actually celebrate annually, like once in a year, and during February or March. So this is the harvest, the actual harvest season in Indonesia. Okay. So it's from a Sumba. Sumba is an island in the eastern of Indonesia. I haven't been there myself. Yeah. And they do this festival to make the spirits happy and hoping that they will harvest a lot of rice. And actually in the ancient times, they really fight and there are like blood and stuff, but now it's only like kind of a performance. Yeah. People don't actually like fight with each other anymore. So how do people celebrate? So they have a priest. This is priest. Oh, okay, hold it up. Okay. So the priest will wear a ceremonial dress. It's different from what they use, from what they wear. And they will go to the ocean and find like a worm. Yeah, worm. It's called nyale. It's nyale worm. And when they find this worm, that means the harvest season has started. And if the worm is in a good quality, that means the harvest will be good. And if the worm maybe like the small numbers, there are like only few worms and it's not a really good worm, that might means that the harvest is like gonna be bad. Yeah. Okay. So there will be 50 people fighting in this harvest. They will form two groups, 25 people, and only men participate in this. They will wear that kind of clothes, and they will ride a horse without saddle, so they're really good at it. And they will take this thing, the wooden spears. It's called kolas, and then they will like try to throw it to their opponent and make them fall down. Yeah. And before they start the fight, they will pray. And a rato is like a priest. They will lead the prayer, and then he will throw his kola first, and then the two teams will like start fighting with each other. Yeah. Does anyone want to try? Maybe like throwing things. Okay. Okay. Do you have any thoughts? Any questions? No? Okay, go. Okay, I'll ask you a question. Do you think like Taiwan has any other thing like similar to this? 台湾有一种像这种吗？有人要分享吗？跟我分享。Anyone? We have gifts. Yeah. 但是你要有。Okay. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Yara. Another round of applause. And for the following 3 minutes, I would like you to discuss with your class, discuss with your neighbor, and I will randomly pick 3 of you to answer me. What impressed you most in today's presentation? Okay, so you guys have 3 minutes to discuss with your neighbors and tell me what impressed you the most in this presentation, in the 3 presentation. Okay, so time started now.
每次看到你就是只有妹子打招呼，这个戏法，说你都没有做过。除了说有一个，说之前有一次从来不知道你牙说遇到那个长得很像奶师之外，就没有。
怎么办？
我看你们配合过来，可是我看你会很黑，我想说，哎，你们在路上认识，然后说没有，要么就学长。他那个另外一个，是哦，我刚刚问到都只有别心里公众一般刚开始我看有这个蛮有现在比较讨论这个光写到8个啦。
Really，带我走。第二个还是要反击。这里有标。嘴巴太普遍了，嘴巴。
Okay, time's up. I hope you have prepared your answer. And for this question, I would like you to answer me with this sentence pattern. I am impressed with the most because of photographs. Okay? And I will random pick 3 of you, I guess. I see you guys have a fierce discussion. So, would like to give it a try?
I'm impressed with the tomato the most because of that is only 1 hour.
I mean, the festival is only lasts for 1 hour.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your answers. Now we have some gifts for you. Cracker and apple juice and it's very difficult to think. Oh, I guess I have the right answer. First is
第二个是 也同时看国际的的确很好。对，所以他那个讲是什么
？Anyway，
他前面什么都是他们很多都是拿，问他，
Yeah, find no one. I'll choose one. Because I have two in front, so how about you guys? Just simply answer with this sentence. I'm impressed with Okay, thank you. He say I'm impressed with the Khmer festival because of the cultural differences. Because in Taiwan, there's no such festivals in Taiwan. Okay, thank you everybody. That's the cultural feature for this time, and yeah, that's it. And before you go, please scan the QR code to fill out the appreciation. Okay, thank you very much.
妹妹，那你那一队的呢？这个我也很熟。没有啊，你那一队是哪个？然后你那一队另外一个，之前暑假那一队是他的。